Welcome to the Legacy League's post-game Zoom edition for week 2. I'm your host, Greg Horne. I know it says Joey Zacco, but I am not him. I'm here with one of our interns, Kylie, and I'm glad she can make her first appearance on this show. Kylie, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. So, we'll get right into it, I guess. We had a great game on court one for the first game. It was Redeem Team, who a lot of those guys have been in this league before. Reggie, Eddie, Dante, the usual suspects. Same with Sports Look, who have also been in this league since the first year, which is kind of funny. They're still kind of doing it. But what was your takeaways from this game? I know it was one of your first time seeing both these teams. So what did you see from the game?
Yeah, so that was actually the one that we talked about. We were joking around during the game
Yep.
because there were just so many three-pointers being hit. It was like backing up the court. And a lot of them were going in. Like it wasn't just like random shots being thrown up there. It was kind of back and forth three-pointers. And, people were joking that it should be a three-point league instead of a dunk league. So that was super interesting to see, kind of to see that skill level from these kind of teams.
No, yeah, I totally agree. Redeem Team took it 78-71. So I think that, in the end, them being in the league for so long, they kind of just, sports look kind of the same thing, but they just have, I think, 4 or 5 players that kind of play
Yeah.
throughout the game, and they just didn't really have enough in the end. And, Redeem Team's so athletic, and that's kind of what gets it done. I guess
Mm-hmm.
just, as Joey would do, going forward, is there anything you'd want to see from Sports Look, to maybe kind of get a
Um,
win? And
Other than the obvious of more subs, they've been saying it. Like they went from, I saw their game last week too, and I think it was literally only 4. They had 4 guys last time and then 5 guys this week. Improvement's improvement, but I think like that's the easy in terms of like looking at it, but I know it's hard obviously to get people to get numbers, but I think that can just help in so many aspects having more subs like in any sport. So
yeah, no, I agree. So we'll just perfect way to get into our next game of 2 teams that usually have full teams, and that's the other game
yeah.
from the other court, which is Get Money, Biggest Skis. And Get Money ended up winning 46-40. And I guess I'll start with this one. I really like Get Money. They look like a good team. Taisheen McCree looks good. Tyrone McCree looks good. Those two kind of feed off each other. And I really like what I see from this squad. I think they have good chemistry. They kind of figured it out. They lost to Yaga week 1, and Yaga's a very good team. So I think they're
Mhm.
just kind of doing their thing going forward. I know you were on court 1, but is there anything you have from Get Money, Biggest Skis? It's fine if not, but
Not really. I'm surprised to see such a low score there.
yeah.
Just compared to like another game. We'll talk about the 120 that was dropped in one of the other games, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I didn't see it, so I can't really say what the reasoning is for that score, but just like from face value, that's a little surprising.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. 46 4. It looks like it was like 23-21 at half.
Yeah.
That's a low scoring game. Maybe good defense. We can spin it that way, but I
Right.
do want to give Get Money their shout out. I think they're a little better than they showed, and I think they'll kind of pick it up in the coming
Mhm.
weeks. But so for the next game on court 1, speaking of the big number, we had Yaga versus the
Yeah.
Basketballers. Yaga, I know very well. The kid who is on Yaga, number 7. He was the kid who got me into the league in the first place when we played. We went 1-11, and now
Oh.
his team looks
Oh,
very different
we're
now,
admitting
obviously.
that. All right, we're getting right into
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, Yaga won 129-7. Yaga does what they do always. It's a classic Chris Rosinski team. They'll play a little bit of defense, and they'll just go for highlight dunks, hit a bunch of threes. Mike Davis is one of the best. But kind of what did you see from this game? I know it was one of your first time seeing both of these teams. So what did
Yeah.
you kind of take away from this?
I think that's our first triple digit number of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
It's been two
yeah,
weeks.
yeah. No,
So
you're
that's
right.
super interesting to see more like you see that number in NBA games. I feel like the main thing that I remember from that game is like it felt like it was close, and then all of a sudden you looked up and they were leading by like 20 points. So I guess that could also probably, like you said, with the shooting, but to see a number that high, that's really impressive on a lot of different fronts.
No, yeah, I completely agree. One of the impressive things about this Yaga team is Mike Davis, and he's one of those guys. He's played in this league since I interned, even before that. And he's just one of those guys that kind of figures out. He's figured out how to score on a hoop this low, like
Mhm.
a lot earlier than most people. and
Mhm.
he's the best. I mean, he's the GOAT. Love Mike, and I think that's kind of what sets this team apart. They have someone at the end of the games that, if you notice, will notice this at the end of the games for Yaga, he'll kind of start to handle the ball a lot more. And I think this,
Mhm.
they do. This is a classic thing for Rosinski. He'll do this. They won't play defense late in the year. They'll be good. But we'll move on to the next game, which was also, a little of a low school, more of a low
Yeah.
scoring affair. We
Mhm.
got Crown Squad versus Would Have Been 146-42. Another really low scoring game. So I guess I'll go to you first. I guess why do you think some of these teams are scoring, not as much as some of the other ones?
I mean, again, I guess I didn't get to see this one. I guess like the easiest thing to
Yeah.
cap to would be defense. I mean, I
Hmm.
think that's what these teams would probably like to say, even if we ask them.
Hmm.
But obviously there's a lot of missed shot opportunities that we saw in all of the games that I saw sometimes last week. I think I saw one of these teams last week. Probably some stuff to do with that, but I guess to keep it on more of a positive note, we can say good defense from both teams, clearly. This one even I think a little closer. Yeah, a little bit closer than the other one.
Hmm.
But again, to see both so low scoring, it kind of seems like it will be something more with defense and offense. Like if it was one team low scoring, one team high scoring, it could probably be something else. But yeah, I would probably say defense. Let's give it to them.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think a lot of it too goes back. I think playing on a rim this low, it's like it's a lot different. It's different than,
Yeah,
it's just a whole different type of game. Everyone can meet you at the rim. It's a whole
right.
lot of things. So I think, honestly, I think it's a good thing that a lot of these games are low scoring. It means there's good defense in the league and people are really taking it seriously. So that's
Mhm.
something that's going to be good going forward, especially when they play some of the better teams. So, I mean, I
Definitely.
guess with that, in classic of Joey fashion, I'll ask a question because he always does that.
No way.
Um, I guess I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy.
Okay.
What team going forward do you think could surprise? So not like, when you did the power rankings, not a team that's one or two. What team going
Yeah.
forward do you think, maybe can make some noise?
I would say basketballers. I had them, I
Mhm.
think in the power rankings I did last week, they were like bottom half. And then even in mine that I did this week, they were also bottom half. But I've seen
Mhm.
them the both 2 weeks and like seeing them play, you wouldn't think that they would be bottom half in my personal opinion. Especially like some of their players in particular. So I would definitely say that, I mean, this score does not support my, what
Yeah.
I'm saying here, the 23-point blowout. But I think seeing them play, it doesn't seem as bad as just when you're looking at this final score.
Yeah.
I think it seems as if they should be closer. They should be closer to winning these games. So I'm definitely interested to see more of their games. Hopefully I can get placed on their courts. Some of their players are insane. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually completely agree. The basketballers, 13-0 for them, played in the league like right before COVID.
Hmm.
They're both very good.
Yeah.
They're going to be a good team. They're just kind of
Yeah.
figuring out again. And I mean, even to be fair, the score doesn't really do it justice. I think that was a lot closer game than it
It
ended up
was.
being.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it like quite literally was. I don't think it turned into that big of a lead for them until
Hmm.
towards the end. But also
Yeah.
just like watching it. Again, if you weren't like closely watching the score, I think if you like asked someone to guess at any point during the game, they would never guess almost like a 30-point blowout. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah, I agree. No, I completely agree. So I mean, I guess we'll do it there. I mean, Kylie, thanks for joining us.
Of
I
course.
appreciate you going on your first post game, and shout out Joey, whatever he's whatever
Yeah,
he's
for
doing right
sure.
now. I mean, I don't know,
Traveling or
but
something.
yeah, but I mean, I guess going forward, Legacy, we'll see you back on January 4th, and we'll have the games back. But for me, Greg Horne, and for Kylie, thanks for tuning in, guys.